Okay, in this class, in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to draw quadratic graphs. So these are different from linear graphs, which are straight lines. These are curved graphs. And they kind of look a bit like this. Okay, that's a positive parabola, and that's what they called it, and this is a negative parabola. And these are based on quadratic equations, so you might have x plus 2, x plus 3, which you don't learn this year, equals 0, or you might have y equals x squared. And it's y equals x squared that I'm going to show you how to draw first. The key point here is like when we first started learning linear graphs, is to draw up a table of values of x and y values. So x and y. And x and y equals x squared. And we'll do x squared first. But the difference between quadratic and, say, linear graphs, whereas linear graphs you needed 3 points, with quadratic you need at least 5. And so I suggest that you always, for now, choose -1, -2, 0, 1, and 2. And for each of these, we're going to work out what the y value equals. So if I plug -2 into y equals x squared, well, -2 squared is 4. Okay? -1 squared is 1. 0 squared is 0. 1 squared is 1. And 2 squared is 4. And one thing you'll notice here is that some of the numbers start looking the same. That is because if we come back over here and look at our parabola, if we were to draw a line down through the middle of the graph, we would notice that both sides of the parabola are symmetrical. So we're going to end up with a graph that looks very symmetrical. Let's plot these points now. So I've got our little graph box over here, and we're going to plot the points on the graph there. So the first one was -2 and 4, so we go along -2. Let's assume that each of these squares is worth 1. So -2, so along to here, and then it's 4, so we go up 4, and we plot a point just there. Then we've got -1, 1, which is there, and then we've got 0, 0, which is here. Then we've got 1, 1, which is here, approximately, and 2, 4, which is there. And at this point here, we can draw a nice curve coming down and coming back up again with the arrows. Now, in Year 10, I'm not too bothered about the quality of your drawing of the curve, so long as you mark on the graph clearly the points that you're drawing it through. And so long as it doesn't look like a V. Okay, it's got to be a free hand sort of graph. So what I'm going to do is on the next screen I'm going to give you an equation I want you to draw, and you draw up a set of axes and you compare it to my answer. Okay, for this question I want you to draw the graph y equals x squared minus 2. Now remember, draw up your x and y, so x and y equals x squared minus 2. Okay, that's a 2 there. And you're going to have x values of -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. So I'm going to pause this. I want you to pause this now and have a go at drawing it, and then come back and check your answer. Okay, you should have worked your way through that now. And if you'd worked through and substituted -2 into x squared minus 2, you would have got 2, and so on. You would have had points looking like that. So now we can go over to our graph and plot our points. So -2 and then up 2, we're going to go there. -1, -1, so that's here. 0, -2, so that's there. 1, -1, that's there. And 2, 2, that's up here. And then at this point here, you draw a nice curve going through each of the points with arrows on the end. And your graph should look something like that.